was struggling and getting very ugly position. So I was very lucky that I won that. I did 4 out of 4, but sometimes making these results, it's more or less connected with luck. There. Okay, so this is advanced Karuka. What's happening on the board? First of all, there we go, variation with the G4. So I didn't know this move order. Seems like long theory. Over 10 moves theory, by the way, after I was checking out the game after it's finished. Hey, Captain Logis. G6, knight G2, and knight to F4 is coming. I think I play precise, but also this costs me much more time when you don't know the variation. So C5 is totally fine, H4, and probably here are starting my problems. I first kept from D4, thought that if I'm supposed to eliminate the knight from going to F4, win the bishop or trap anyway, this will be much better. Also after pawn takes D4, hey, Grandmaster Gus, hey, proper, how are you doing? Where Luxembourg? I know because there is a chess player of, I think it was my age, and I think she was girlfriend of top grandmaster. So I know, yeah, where is Luxembourg? C takes d4. But this is the wrong move. Let's show you the most correct one because I already analyzed the game. Now I should play h5. There we go. This is the theory. What I didn't know and hard to find out. Knight f4, and of course, don't. Yeah, I thought to cross on my traveling trip in August. I thought to check out Luxembourg, but I find out that comparing to other cities, the capitals too, when you go there, it's hard to find something cheap to sleep, let's say. You find out that it's a kind of expensive city, let's say. If you're looking for something where to sleep, I guess it's hard. I'm gonna cross for five cities. 5 cities in Europe: Serbia, Croatia, Germany, Austria, Switzerland, most of all these. Oh, Italy, sorry. Italy. 3 days in Venice, 1 in Milano. And most of you visit my brother, playing a little tournament in August. Just about 2 days OTB in Switzerland. And hope so will be nice. All the time I'm trying to combine my vacation with the chess. Maybe too addicted to the chess, but if you're so close to any tournament, I guess you have to play. So knight f4, nothing to worry about. Bishop h7, and now I think so. It's pretty hard to find out that this is supposed to be the main line to give up h5 pawn, and this is good for black. Let me see why. First, I kept the bishop. Second, I keep the pressure of the central pawn, and keep going to develop like the French structure. The all pressure supposed to be against the d4 pawn, and white does have time for c3 as usual against French. So probably white is provoked to capture on c5. Take on c5, bishop takes c5. This is pretty good. Hey, Mr. Gopher. Bishop b5. Queen c7. After c5, we break through the structure, the backward pawn, and we are ready to attack the e5 pawn. So move like f4, it's a bit crazy, you know. F4, H4, G4 at the beginning of the game, but this looks like also the only one defense of e5 pawn. So my analyses are until here. Maybe I should go deeper, but bishop takes c6, queen takes c6. If there's f4, let's anyway check out that. We're ready to open up the game. Probably bishop e4. Finally, I can take a brief with the light square bishop, definitely. Hey, let's track. So comparing to the game, here this deep pressure is showing me that I'm the attacker and not really the defender. Knight takes g7 is not okay because after king f8, this knight will be in trouble. Also e5 was a bit hanging. d4, it's going to be the same after king f8. Now two pieces are under attack. Check out additional lines. It's very hanging position, but here I guess +1 is enough for black after d4. Well, this bishop could be hanging some of the lines, like take. Queen a5, no more knight on c3 to cover the bishop, so queen a5 is totally possible. Now you're gonna see when you don't know the variation. I didn't play h5. When you don't know the variation, how you can struggle all your game. C takes d4. This is one of the ugliest ever game in my life also. So I hope so you're gonna enjoy. Then takes d4. On Monday, I don't know which day it was. It was, wait, we start, yeah, I think, oh, you're right, we start on Monday. No, because we have also one rest day. There have been less teams, so I just played 4 OTB games. Yes, this is the OTB games what I just played, the classical games that are valid for FIDE rating. I'm gonna show you 4 out of 4 classical OTB games out of my team championship, Bulgarian team championship. So h5 now. What is the difference between? Well, currently little one. h5 is a space for the bishop. f4. Also, there is another problem. She was blitzing, bullying for 10 moves, and I was spending most of my time because the current situation after f4 is full of tactics. So white is threatening f5. If I take, there is e6. So the pressure against my king after bishop e5, it's increasing and getting worse and worse. After pawn takes, bring the queen, check and bring the queen. I was worried about that. So I took on g4. Queen takes g4. She played almost automatically that move, but I was really scary of the bishop e5 and f5 e6 line. I'm not sure what I could do. I think e takes f5 is losing. Also, we can check out this because I was counting that during the game. So after f5, rook takes h4 is the other line what I also calculate. We can check out fg. At the beginning I thought, bam, forky, I have to take. And at the beginning I miscalculated my pawn cover this fork in the end of the line, queen f3. So because the pawn was still here, so you have to see in advance, 3 moves in advance that your pawn already cover f3. Now this is fine. White will capture g4. But if I exchange queens, this is my dream. This is my dream to develop. You see my pieces are very ugly currently, but I will be exchange extra, and this will allow me freedom, and especially after we trade out the queens, finally there is not a single mating threat. Okay, this is one of the line what I calculate. Bam bam, and no more queen f3. The second one seems like good for white is a check. Of course I don't have a knight c6. Oh, currently I have it. Okay. Knight d7. Again, this is possible, but okay, now the queen is hanging, of course. So if white capture on h4, bring my queen. Don't do this. This is pretty good. Rook f1. So white should simply escape. The threat is the same. If I take this pawn, there is a e6. Bishop is under attack, pawn is under attack, so it's a little bit like Zugzwang situation. If I run away, I'm pretty sure this is totally lost after pawn takes e6 because of this pressure, and then this will be the fork. Let's show you. So bishop h7, they just take. So if I recapture back here, now again we have several computer moves, but here plus 14 for white already. After pawn takes, you can see crystal clear the threat. Bam. Based on that pawn, white is having rook takes f8 and whistle baby. And whistle baby, I have to shake her hand. And she has, as you can see, 1900. So not so good. 1900. Yes, 1900 FIDE rating. So if I lose a game in about 12 moves, my teammate's gonna kill me. So she didn't push f5. Let's check out the other line. After f5, I can capture also with the bishop either pawn. If I escape, no comment. If I lose e6. Rook takes h4 is the computer move. So if bishop takes, again there is a check. If there is knight d7, this is the most unpleasant thing, that knight d7 is covering the connection between queen and this pawn. So now white could simply take the bishop, and after I recapture back, I think again some situation is not that colorful for black. I think so. Now have to hurry up with the a6 and b5 plan, but anyway, white is winning. Let's say this is the other move what I was scared about. So white's moves are not difficult, guys. They're not difficult. I'm the person who is sweat to find out any moves, yes. So e6 is possible, probably queen set castle, or just rook d1 is coming to me soon. Bishop c4 was the other threat, what I find out that maybe I don't really have a defense. Let's say bishop e7, bishop c4. So look at how many pieces I'm having, but none of them is working well. None of them can cover f7. This is the curious thing. All this costs time to calculate which one is working and which one is not. Let's check out knight c6. Of course, the correct capturing is on c6. Threat to discover attack. And after this discover attack or fork, I don't really have a counter attack. King e7 looks also ugly. This bishop could come soon. They could simply take the rook, maybe. Queen d4, queen c5, gonna be mate. Checkmate, queen c5. Let's show you several mating patterns. We have many of them. f6 is a computer move, reaching drawish position, but I don't believe this is possible. This is possible. Looks like good evacuation, by the way, for the black king after f6. But I don't think so. I'm supposed to find out all the computer moves to survive here. And also the fact that I collect, I collect maybe g4 and f5. I talk about pawns extra. This makes sense to sacrifice now the exchange. So I didn't realize that, let's say here, knight c6 is a more precise and more correct move. Computer at the beginning is showing 1.7, but if we go to this position, now he's showing 0.00. Very hard to evaluate this. Very hard to evaluate this. Probably also computer is confused. What's going on? 2 pawns down. Exchange down, maybe? And there is some zigzag of the queen. Bam, bam, bam. Check. Win the rook. But again, you never know. So queen b4, king f7. Let's check out what's going on here. Queen b7. I didn't go so deeper, but as I mentioned, this is one of the ugliest ever game of me. Maybe now I will have some advantage into the development, or what's the reason to sacrifice the rook? Aha. Okay. Don't exchange the queens because now I'm clear rook down. And not having enough compensation. So queen b6, trying to be exchanged down, not rook down, and there we go. This is the Queen Elizabeth, and this is the counter attack what I'm having. You have to see also this surviving, that queen e8 is not really a checkmate. Bishop e8 either, otherwise could be beautiful for white, yeah. So bishop e8 and somehow stop that check. You're gonna see some pictures of my personal Facebook from these 2 vacations. They're about 100, so I was working on that yesterday. This is my personal Facebook. Oops. Who wish to have me there. And this is the fan club. Alright, 92, and can you imagine now at 0.2 rook down, but just 0.2, which means nothing after super precise moves. I have to take here, and now the curious thing is that white king is more open than mine. White king is more open than mine. If I have to evaluate this position, I don't think so. I gonna do it correct. This position is drawish. Rook down. White queen is limited in the corner. Pretty far away from the king's position with safety. And I'm coming. Something like knight f5, bring the bishop out, or either here. Maybe even moves like g3 just to open up the game. So I think so. It will be hard for you guys to evaluate this position too. The factors are several here. First one is the safety position of the king. I don't think so white is having that. You will try to make a castle, but bishop d2 or rook c1. Eventually bring the rook. I think I can get better here, so we can go deeper. g3. This is a checkmate, so white must capture g3. And after I capture b2, black is already better. So castle on the both sides is not really working for white. Either left, either right, and now black is much better. I can collect all his pawns too. Here we go. And this will be +5 already for black. Crushing attack, crushing attack. Very good example to see why white is not good to accept this extra rook, because he will be, or she will be, in trouble because of the weak position of the king. King f2. Yeah, sometimes it's intuition that there is something. Of course, bring the bishop. Let's finish that. +6, +7. Now more moves are winning. Here, for instance, if I don't find out bishop takes c2, everything else white is better. Everything else. That's what I'm talking about. So f5. Currently I was checking out this line with you. So let me check out pawn takes. So bishop b5 check. Again, I never count knight c6. It's working. Knight d7, e6. This is the line what I thought will happen on the board. Black is in a huge trouble because doesn't know the theory. Me. So after e6, I have to take because the knight is under attack. I think now this, either this, knight takes e6. I was alright that I'm not supposed to cover c7 square. I have to pin the knight now. Yeah, alright. Well, king f2, I didn't cover. I didn't count. Move number 1, what I count was a kingside castle, followed by pin. This is the line what I count, and this is the line what I count, but also king f2 seems like working. After this looks like counterattack, knight c7 now is coming, and I thought really that I cannot stop this threat. Knight takes d5 is coming, and then knight c7 again is coming. I don't have a queen set castle because it's illegal. White's control d8. So interesting situation now. Interesting. If this ever happened in the game, I don't think so. I could survive. So queen e2 with a few threads where I have to play knight f6, have d5, knight c7. By the way, another curious thing, extra rook, but looks like this is not that big advantage. Okay, I take back the knight in this case. It's not that big advantage for white. So position again is playable with extra rook for white. Still, I take back the knight. So it will be just exchange down for exchange and 2 pawns. But these 2 pawns, don't forget about it, they're connected. They're 2 connected pass pawns on the kingside part. But are pretty strong. Alright, Let's go back to the game because it's more exciting. She didn't push f5. Didn't push f5. Rook takes g4. We check out 3 lines against f5, so rook takes h4 was the most precise one. H5, almost only one move. Why almost only one move? Because f5 is still coming on the board, and it's terrible for me. Queen g3. And maybe this is one of the first moments where she spent more time. I was hurry up to block out f5. It's still possible, by the way. f5, there we go. She kept going to not spend so much time. This looks like common sacrifice. Common sacrifice open up the other monster. So if she is able to generate one pin with light square bishop, she wanna generate a second pin with the dark square bishop. So she wanna kill me. She wanna kill me with several. I got nervous. I think in this match, my 2 teammates maybe lost, both of them. I think we lost our important meetings, like our important matches. This one and one more against the leaders. Glasgow, I think we took 3rd place. You would play such a classical. Yeah, I was very, very nervous. I was in tight knot in the end of this game, so pressure was to the end of the world. Yeah. That's why you can look at yourself very often in the team meetings. Because if you look at this game, you will lose yours also very fast. Exactly. f5. I took by g takes. If we talk about more precise technique, probably she has to play move of the hand, bishop e5, check. 96 is impossible, 97 the only one move. Then she can think about just to finish the development. I have very, very hard way how to finish this development. Probably something like 97, 95. Okay, f5 was really a good strategy for her. Check. 97. Everything else is lost. Totally lost. Boom. This is the move what I count maybe 5 times in a row. So after every single move of me, I was checking out what's going on. Knight takes d5 is working. Even even with the queen down, knight takes d5 was amazing because there is a threat like knight f6. Let's show you. So I even was calculating line like queen takes g8 if I don't take the knight. So if I'm gonna play a6, queen takes g8, this is a threat like that. So, but I find out later that I have a simple move like that, queen takes f6. So king e7, knight takes g8, king e8, knight f6. I was checking out first this and I realized that it's not so great. Even with queen down here, bishop g5, white is having huge threats. Bam, 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 and we can count the pieces in the end. Again, I'm exchanged down, but this position looks like catastrophic. But the good news into the first knight f6 is, oh yeah, I'm having queen takes f6 sacrifice. Sacrifice back now my queen, and they have to escape with the bishop. It's super forcing line. We count the pieces now. So the good point here is that we exchange the queens. We exchange the queens, and my king is safety. There we go. It's in about +4 after f4, either e5, either rook g4. 3 candidates, 3 good candidates. Uh, I think this was one of the interesting situations when my head was on fire. I thought I must eliminate the bishop. This is the only one move in front of me. Yes, but now I didn't see solution of bishop g5 because I can't really cover with this knight because everyone gonna laugh after knight f6. Everyone gonna laugh after checkmate in one. So after bishop e7, what I'm looking for, it's gonna be a similar way because I cannot recapture with the queen. I just lose the queen. My queen is under attack. Queen a5 all the time. She has b4 counterattack. The bishop b4. It's covering b4. So after knight takes e7, we have a check based on this pin. King f8, and now she can do everything like check, come back. Wild mail with a knight though. Double check, come back. I'm not sure now what's the best response, but anyway, she has already with few checks, has already extra piece. Let's say bishop could simply come back here. And this is more than enough. If I take here, I lose that. If I take here, she will turn back the knight. Okay, so knight f6 is the one of the most unpleasant move. I don't think so I have a different solution. No, I was shaking the board. I didn't hypnotizing, but I was shaking the board. I was in stress. What's going on? Let's survive with draw. I was praying for a draw all this game. Okay, so move like queen c8. Crystal clear win after knight b6. We can call this triple attack. So again, I can start laughing and shake her hand because bishop takes d7 is also a checkmate. So move like queen a5. Looks like the only one way to make a draw. I'm still not sure how exactly, but we can see also bishop d2 line. Queen d8. This is the best strategy in my life here. Bishop g5, queen a5, bishop d2, goes back, bishop g5, go back. We can take a look of b4, but now I can develop the bishop on move 18. If there is any move like c3, I can of course eliminate finally the knight. Let's go back. She didn't go for that. The other line what computer is showing us is that knight was acceptable. Yes, currently knight is acceptable. I was super sure that knight is not acceptable because of the amazing move again, e6. But now the interesting thing is I wasn't able to calculate what's going on to the end. It's the same threat, even stronger. My king now is much more open because this pawn is here already. I'm not sure. I thought we could even stay friends, forget about Twitch or coaching or whatever, but I'm not sure. Hope so he's fine. He closed his account, yeah, there. Closed his account, hs.com for some reasons, I don't know. I'm curious to know why, and hope so we could stay just friends, because chess is a beautiful game. And also you can share with me games like this and we can analyze during the streams together. Why not? You can see how also trash could be your position when you're not familiar with the theory. By the way, I was checking out some game of Solitaire when there is a same line. He played like me, h5, but actually he played better. He didn't take on d4, he played h5. After knight f4, he was letting him to take g6, which is quite bad. So there are some computer moves, what you have to know, like bishop h7 and sacrifice h5 pawn, what I just showed you at the beginning. So queen b6. Queen b6. So I wasn't able. How I'm supposed to find out queen b6? Here I thought I'm totally lost. If I can play rook c8, for instance. Sorry, rook c8. This doesn't work. So this is like double attack. I mean, queen e7 and then rook c8. I mean, here after castle, e1 is coming, and I don't think so I could survive here. But now rook g8 is coming, so it's a good counterattack. I guess I have that square, maybe what I didn't really count. But I still think so that there is no defense of knight c7 and several other threats. Bishop g5 too. But here the most winning move is a queen a5. Also. But after bishop d2. Of course bishop is not acceptable, and I said here I don't have a move. Queen b6. So again, guys, I didn't realize that if I lose a knight, I have to take, of course, a knight. And if I lose the rook, taking here is okay for me. Now it's +6 for black. Insane. So queen c7 is not a checkmate. I keep going to run away to the same square. Queen c7 is not a checkmate. It's +6 for black. I block out queenside castling with my bishop. I block out kingside castling with the queen. I have successful evacuation with my king. This is about move 19. Can you imagine? Move 19. Both kings are still in the center. I still don't have kingside pieces non-developed. I'm exchanged down, and it's +6 for me. Chess sometimes is such a mystery. Such a mystery. The mysterious thing is that e2, of course, is a checkmate, and I'm gonna develop faster than white. Any check already does really help. I can cover with everything again based on this threat on e2. You can check out from PMD Arena to my game against Lukuridze. Here we go. If you like. So queen b6 was hard to find out that it's okay to give up the rook. No, for me it wasn't okay. It's just material down. But I'm gonna activate the queen, and this was the most important thing. Queen b6. So I'm just sharing with you why I didn't accept the knight, and it was in something like Zugzwang. I told you why I was scary about. Bishop g4, of course, is a bad move, taking the fact that knight is acceptable. But okay, bishop g5. She keep going with the same threats. I have only one move. Knight come back to e3. So this is not okay. She has to stay in a hanging position and caring about the king's position or bring any rook to the attacking. This will be the most powerful one. So queen e3, queen c3, no, a3, c3. Well, any of those moves are helping because c3 covering the knight. I was threatening queen c5. It's kind of 3 times pressure. That's why c3 could help in this position, covering the knight. So if there's a queen c5. Now bishop is okay. Bishop is okay. Now knight e3 is much better. And soon she will be able to make a castle on move 20. Me, not in this life. So if I'm going to accept the knight, now e6 is monster. I don't really have any more access of these dark squares. My queen is very, very bad placed. I have to take the pawn. And now queen e5 is the other annoying move, what I calculate also during the game. My head was on fire. My head was on fire. So much calculation, so much blood lines. Rook h7 does really matter. So she can take by queen, by knight. This was a catastrophic one. Anyway, this was the better move order, but when your knight is hanging, it's hard to find out that just c3 is winning, you know? Just a3 mentally, it's hard to find out that this is okay to go for c3, a3, any... It's not really a passive move, but it's like a prophylaxis move, increasing the pressure. Because after you left the center with knight e3, I'm totally okay with that. The problems are these two knights and two bishops against you. Four minor pieces are covering so many squares. And it's hard to go over the fence. Knight e3, I was lucky that she retreated. a6, I was hurry up as fast as possible to kick out one of those bishops, one of those. The dark square bishop is not touchable. So I was feeling all the game like this fish maybe. This is a little present from the Black Sea, but I was feeling like this fish in this game. Because situation wasn't that powerful for me. Finally, I can take a breath after she left the center. And huge thanks that she left the center. But many tactics are coming soon again back to me. Queen c5, not so precise. I was already inside note on move 18. You know why? You know why already? Bishop e4 check looks like the most natural one, so c3 maybe it's not really possible because I sacrifice the bishop for these two pawns, but this is a triple attack. So king f2, I can simply take on d4. And there is no rook d1, so I'm happy. So c3, king f1 looks like the computer move. But and now I have to go back. Yeah, again, I have to check out that if I lose the bishop, if I lose this pawn, everything is okay for me. So here I'm just a pawn down, but there is a hope to develop or make a queenside castle on move 20 again. I eliminate the light square bishop. Pretty drawish here. Again, it's a very hard to evaluate such a position where you have material down or king is 2 in the center. I think it's very hard. But white king is also in the center. So everything is fine. I didn't find that move, queen c5 activity. It's a good activity because it's a double attack. There we go. Take on g4, take on d4. A good move now for white could be simple chess, c3. And if I capture on e5, of course she doesn't need to exchange the queens. And now I can go up. Now I'm start a little generating some threads. But maybe this move, I think I miscalculate. Move 21 castling for white. A little bit later probably bring any rook to the e file, and again the troubles are coming to me. So c3, one of the most amazing moves ever. she didn't so bad. She gave me the knight. I was so happy to take this knight because I will never take on d4 in my life anymore in Karakan. This knight on d4 generating most of the tactics around e6 and f5 squares. So really terrible. Queen g2, rook here, knight f6. Again, I was super happy to simplify, because simplifying means taking a brief, no more checkmate. No more checkmate around my king. What else she could do? She could retreat, but I can also develop by this, either this way. Very good. Alright, so knight gf6. If we have to count the territory of the knight, I mean from the starting position how many moves she moved this knight, I think it was a knight e2, knight d4. No, I took this knight. It has to be the other one. She played knight c3, knight d5, then knight e3, then knight g4, and then on f6 to exchange my non-developed knight. This is a very, very good deal for me. Very good deal. But taking the fact of this crazy position, she doesn't have anything else because a lot of trouble, yes. Hey, Love Master. Hey, Wegener. What are you doing? But if she's going to retreat, I'm supposed to win v2, destroy her queenside castle, and ready to develop. Finally, nobody bothered me in the center like any knight, you know. This was terrible. 2 bishops, 2 knights in the center, so I couldn't take a brief. So she doesn't really have a choice. Let's count the moves. Knight c3, knight d5, knight e3, knight g4, knight f6. 5 moves so far. 5 moves so far to exchange the knight on g8, but she doesn't already had a chance. The key moment was that she exchanged the central knight for my bishop on g4. She has to keep the central knight little before, to not give me these chances. And now, another annoying position. I thought I can take a brief, I'm already much better. I took on b2, destroy her castling. Actually, I'm not so. So queen c3, check king f1. And I said, what? I don't have continuation of my beautiful checks? Alright, now another problem. How to finish development? There are about plenty of tactics. Plenty of tactics for white already connected with this, with this open file. And white is also having 5 times better position again with her king. Her king's position was totally fine. I think here queen c8, queen c7, I go back with the queen, because if I don't have in advance any single check, I have to go back caring about defense. By the way, one of the general threat here, guys, is, let's say I whistle something. Rook h3. I think now +3, yeah. Queen is coming to c6, rook h, after rook h3, and so on. The other threat is simple bishop takes e6. Let's show you this beautiful tactic. Push, push. Take back the piece. sacrificing f-pawn, but open up this diagonal, open up the rook, and this become again a very, very ugly situation for me. Knight 23. First, I can simply cover that threat with the rook h3. And soon, if you're not able to cover that square after rook e3 attacking the knight, you're gonna be in trouble. Queen c6 is a checkmate. So now, it looks like I have to find out some computer moves. Queen here. We're gonna go for natural moves like queen c7. There's a bishop f4. I'm answering to your question. There's a bishop f4, pin, and plus 4 is enough for white. It's not only pin, but I'm reminding you that after I eliminate the knight, there is a checkmate. So, bishop e3, rook e3 is coming, bishop takes e5 is coming, queen c6, eventual checkmate, and so on. Oh, by the way, after she's supposed to retreat the bishop, there's some threats with g7 square too in advance. So I told you the tactics just continue in this game. I have only one move like queen b4. I told you I didn't think about this connection of the pieces. I thought how to develop the bishop and eventually save up my king. The curious thing is even I'm ready to make a castle on move 30 or whatever, like run away with a bishop and castle here if exchange the queens. Commercial, yeah. I go back. I think this is one of the best moves. Knight 5, attacking the bishop. I think it's much better for the queen to be on the backstage, covering c6, eventual checkmate. And it's good to have, you know, more connection between the pieces, like I cover my knight. What else could happen? She has to play c4 now. She pinned me. I also saw that this pin is pretty good, by the way. Seems like not. Rook c8 is my move. Rook c8 is not okay. She's still winning here. So the move what I can become better is a queen b7 as fast as possible to generate any threat. Again, hoping to trade off the queens. And yeah, avoiding many tactics connected with d5 square. I don't think for now bishop d5 is working. I can simply accept the bishop. Knight e6 will be safety comparing to the other position. You're gonna see soon. So she used to play queen e2, but now I was scared of the bishop d5. What is doing bishop e5, you're gonna ask? It's a pressure b6. It's a pressure b6, so if I just play, let's say something, there is a bishop b7 used to use this pin, and bishop c6 will be checkmate. Plus 7. Beautiful pin, beautiful situation, weak position of the king still. I don't really have time to develop here. It's losing in one move. Bishop b7, I think so. It's a very beautiful situation. I can analyze this game 2 hours maybe. To show you different kind of motives for white side most of all. I don't have a single chance, of course. My dream was to make a draw. So bishop d5 was crushing attack. I didn't realize how strong is bishop d5 maybe. Oh, let's show you maybe why this is not acceptable. If I accept the knight with the same threat, it's not the same threat because I'm still under pin. Now after queen takes d5, again soon I have to resign. Rook e1 looks like close to the checkmate. If I play, I don't know, queen somewhere to get rid of pin, in that way, now losing f7, eventual another kind of checkmate. So in short, it's very, very hard to survive here also. If you have any idea, you could share it with me, of course, but in general, during the game, it's not so easy to calculate everything, especially when you're in time travel. So one more time, she didn't realize that bishop d5, I think, deserves two exclamation marks. It's just about +2, but it's hard for black to defend from the move like bishop b7. Bishop b7 is not acceptable with the knight because knight is under pin. Bishop b7, it's not acceptable with the queen because exchange. Bam bam bam, rook takes e8, resign. Hey Macron, how are you doing? So yeah, d5, amazing move. Deserve diagram. Queen e2, rook d8. Fine. I think here I had about seconds already. We have a 30 seconds increment. Yeah, before rook c4. Yeah. We have 30 seconds increment, classical OTB, 90 minutes plus 30 seconds, this time control. Bishop d5. Now it's too late because she lost this full domination of the light squares. And now it's not anymore the same. Bishop d6. Bishop d6. I was happy to develop. This is not the best move. I have to play, I don't know, something like rook d7 maybe. Cover the check and just a space for the king because this checkmate is annoying. Maybe bishop d6. But I have to be careful with this kind of sacrifice. Bishop e6, for instance. So it's not so simple here still already. Bishop d6, and she sacrificed. She had much more time than me, but when I have a minute or seconds on the clock, probably there is no chance to calculate after she sacrificed, so I have to accept the sacrifice or resign soon. So she did a favor. She sacrificed on e6, and I think so this was a pretty early moment. So again, she could bring back the queen to f3, e to g2, and increasing this pressure, bishop c6. I was happy that this is not anymore checkmate because I evacuate my king. There we go. After king f8, you cannot imagine. One of the best moves here is bishop a8. I'm not sure this is more or less connected with any kind of Zugzwang. It looks interesting. Bishop a8. Huge thanks for just.com for the opportunity to be in the TV. Hope so you enjoy with the game. I'm gonna continue analyzing more. Because in general, every Tuesday I play against viewers, but if I finish on time, I can still do that. Bishop e3 better than bishop takes e6. Not really. She has to much better increase the pressure of the light squares. But okay, now one more time, situation is a bit different. I already developed and escape with my king, so she sacrificed. Let me see, bishop e3, your question. Feel free to ask me anything and check it out. Bishop e3 is not attacking the knight, so I'm supposed to escape with the king again. Maybe king f8. Maybe losing h4 too. What do you think so? Was a threat. All the time can also bring my rook back. It's no more threat here because I covered the 7th rank. This was all my plan. But of course I didn't know where I am after so many falling down and getting up. Spicy. Yeah, not easy to see. Yeah, not easy to see. Looks like she saw the moves what I saw, and I wasn't supposed to see the most important moment in the game. Like the knight on d5 little before was acceptable. I thought it's a poison knight and I'm gonna die soon if I accept this sacrifice. On this h4. Okay, she sacrificed here. Pawn takes e6. Push. Hey, Venki, how are you doing? I think so. Here, this could be more spicy if she first eliminated the knight, because the knight was defender of here. The bishop takes c5. I thought she will go for this kind of line, but I have king f8, something like that. Now it's fine for me. There is no checkmate. So f7 is still working to take the rook. King takes f7, covering k6. I'm extra rook here, so looks good. But the problem is rook takes d8 is impossible because boom, queen h5. So don't overestimate again the attacking of white, because here the minimum of white gonna be draw. Don't overestimate the control of white queen, light squares, and additional dark squares with the bishop, and my king is naked. I don't really have a defense, and this area is very dangerous for me. If rook takes d8 is not really working in such a situation, which supposed to be winning for black here. The finish of the game is so close. As you see the topic, I won that game. Oh, I was surprised by myself, but I won it. Trying to find out now which move we have to pay attention, that it's much more winning than rook takes d8. Rook takes d8 actually is a draw. White is having just perpetual check. Queen g3. Queen g3 is interesting. I have also this kind of check. Maybe I know if I take, you try to mate, but you let me to play rook d7. Let me to play rook d7. Maybe I have a draw. Check, check, check. Is there a different move? Threatening again. Mate and covering d7 square. Because after you activate your queen, you try to exchange the queens and win the game. Is there a better move here for black? How to win? Honey. It's a honey position already for black. So we're gonna find out the move. King g6, maybe then queen g2. Yeah, but let's check out. You said king g6. Oh, king g6. So yeah, never mind. Yeah. Okay, so Wagner is here. So he find out covering d7 and boom, queen h1 is another checkmate. Again, this time for black, the control of light squares and dark squares with the bishop, light squares with queen and dark squares with bishop. So g1 is not the only one square where I can generate a checkmate. Covering d7, h1, eventual checkmate, and then I can take the rook with benefits. So if we check out queen g2, just to make it clear, I can exchange everything here, and now this endgame has to be winning. Short explanation why we have same color of bishops and I have two connected pass pawns. Probably king g6, and this will be my strategy push here. Same color of bishops, extra pawn has to be winning. She didn't go for this line. She pushed directly, which is the same threat. Actually, the most dangerous one was if she ever come to me and if there is an eventual checkmate. But there is not. So I was little lucky. Not little, much more. Why queen takes d8? Because if rook takes d8, after queen h5, again she has probably perpetual. Or at the moment when I step to the g file, she's able to bring any of those rooks to the g file. So after queen h5, I'm not sure where to go. g7 probably. It's hard to cover the checkmates because rook d2, rook g2 is unstoppable. King e7 is losing, looks like, or close to lose, because bam bam bam, some pieces are hanging. King e8. Bam. It's a very simple chess now. Exchange everything in a forcing way and take on c5. Exchange extra. Bishop takes h4, yes, to connect the pass pawns, but rook is slightly stronger. So we don't have defense on the queenside part, so white can generate a faster counterattack with these two pass pawns. And I don't really like this position. So rook takes d8 is giving chances. What's the winning move here for black? Yeah, you can see the game, but is it? I never know if my move is the best one. So queen takes d8. Attacking h4. So now why rook takes c5? Probably this is the line what she missed. That rook takes c5 is not really exchange extra, because after queen takes h4, I even don't spend a second about it. That there is a checkmate. It's just a feeling that there is something here. For sure. This and bring the rook. Combine both heavy pieces against the naked king. It's a crystal clear advantage to me. It's totally winning already. So she didn't go for that, she just pushed something. I activate my knight central outpost. Again, queen h4 was one of the strongest one. I play a bit passive, but okay, already doesn't really matter. Check, so now cover the knight. If rook takes d6 with the queen takes g3, I wasn't scary of that, because I have 4 key. And so continuation of this attacking, connect my pawn, bring the queen here, so on. So she just come here, gave a check. Rook takes e4. I didn't accept immediately the rook, Because if I accept, maybe she's hoping for eventual rook endgame. Of course, this will never happen. This will never happen. This will never happen to go for any rook endgame just with pawn extra or two double extra. So knight h1, yeah, it was fun. So I gave several checks because now use the fact that rook is still covered. King e3. Is my move in the game. Maybe you can find out faster way to checkmate. My move in the game was a queen g5 check. But there is a faster way to mating me. Try to find out. Okay. There is a mate in 8, chat. Mate in 8. Oh, I'm not stockfish player, so stockfish. This could be the new stockfish. Fish. Stockfish. It's written Bulgaria here. I really feel like this fish in the game. What could be mate in 8? I play queen g5. I don't say that it's weak. Of course, here almost everything is winning. But if you're looking for forced checkmate, it will be nice. Fastest way to win the game. Yes, bishop c5. If there's a king d3. Well, f takes e4 will be the simplest decision, of course, especially when you don't have time. I don't recommend to looking for the fastest checkmate. Doesn't matter if spectators are laughing or not. The most important is the final result. So if you don't have time, don't calculate, come on, what kind of checkmate is the fastest one. Doesn't really matter. Really matter. Queen d8, amazing. This is the approach to play for a checkmate, okay? King c3, only one move. Otherwise, any piece on that way, you're gonna just collect it for free. There is no covering, there is no sacrificing. Mate in 6, go, 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 go. F takes e4 will be simple chess, simple decision, extra piece plus probably additional 1, 5. No, 25. I don't know why. Maybe I'm gonna go back to d3. 25. I don't know why it's on queen a5. Oh no, I'm gonna go to b2. Oh, you have to be careful because if you don't really have a check, f takes e4. I'm coming with few checks, so you have to be careful to not let me to escape. Mate in 6. Mate in 6 moves. Using the weak squares, the power of the weak squares. Queen f6. I think. Oh no. 6. Queen f6. I'm gonna go back. Oh, GRC, take care, man. Take care. What a queen takes d1. There's a queen takes e6 check. Hello. Hello. B4. B4 is interesting, but again, you have to see about this continuation if there's something. Mate in 6. I'm still waiting for the move. It's not so hard. Just about move order sometimes, you know. When h8 is working, it's just +5. probably there is evacuation like king b3. Then rook ed4. No, I'm gonna go here. I think it's enough safety. Mate is 6 chat. Locus disappeared to find out mate in 6. That's pity. That's pity. I paste also very fresh photos and pets in Discord. By the way, it's good to say that I only bought fishes, what I share with you. The aquarium is 25 liters of water. It's too much. I didn't realize how much it is. Probably if you have less fishes, I have 10 fishes. If you have less fishes, you need less water. So this is the first time in my life when I take this kind of animal. They're very beautiful, by the way, and very easy to look at them. It's not like, let's say, it's not like cat or dog or whatever. No noise, no noise. And very beautiful in the night because there is a real tree inside where you have to turn on the lamp in about 6 to 8 hours to grow up. Just cleaning each 10 days, something like that. Drink new water, you know. Mate is 6, come on. I still don't see the move, but I'm gonna leave you a little bit more. Yes, there we go. Rook h3, but no, after rook d3. So first, the problem after king b2 will be mate in 2. Mate in 2. Boom, boom, checkmate. So after rook d3, there is only one move. It's not rook takes d3 because I have plenty of options. You cannot checkmate me just with the queen and bishop, to be fair. Why now queen a5? If there's a king b3, it's a mate in 1. If there's a king b2, Magnus Carlsen combination. Magnus Carlsen combination. Let's explain why not bishop a3. Because king b3. Because king b3. Hey Scooby. Queen a3. Insane, yeah? I'm so you're gonna like it. It's too early my time to find out such a kind of tactics, but maybe for those of you, not really late. It's not really so early. Bam 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 boom. There we go. This is a checkmate. Queen a3 I think was a very beautiful move. We didn't go further so much. So I didn't go for bishop c5. I was calculating only one thing. How to take the rook in a forcing way. So she ran away here. We go through this way. Now I was happy to take. It's not a check. It's not a check. But if so, she gave me a check. But if queen takes e6 here, because she has just 2 checks on the way. Scooby's your street name. All right. I don't have a street name. Probably I have just those family how they call me. I'm supposed to win the queen, or if they exchange, again, it's a crystal clear win. Here I can win the queen by this way. Beautiful diagonal way. If there's a king c5, let's play simple chess, yeah. Now the queen is coming to the white. So she does have a queen takes bishop. That's the way why I took there. And now I have to calculate that king g7 is safety. There is no rook g1. I covered that square well. There is no queen takes d6 because of rook d2. So the game is over, because king is still in trouble. King is still under mating net. Queen d7. I covered the only one checks on the board, and the game is over soon. She took just here, but now there is a mate in 6, mate in 7. Doesn't really matter. I play simple chess like queen c5 check, only one move, and now just won the queen. So she resigned here.